Hello students, and welcome to our workshop on how to make in-text citations. This is specifically for APA formatted essays, and it's updated to meet the 7th edition rules and guidelines. So to start, the most basic in-text citation includes the author's last name and the year. So if you have both of these, then that's all you need to put. So for paraphrasing, it's the author's last name and year. And notice after the author's last name, there's a comma, a space, and then the year. And the closing period for the whole sentence goes on the outside of the parenthesis. If you include a direct quote, it's the same format except you add the page number. So a comma after year, space, lowercase p, which indicates page, period, space, and then the number. So paraphrasing, author's last name, comma, year, direct quote, author's last name, comma, year, comma, page number. Remember, do not include the author's first name or first initial. Even if that shows on your references page as the official citation, that's okay. For the in-text, we just use the last name. So here are some examples. If you have just one author, this is what your in-text citation should look like. So here we see Galtney, 2010. Or if you choose, you can include the author's last name directly in your writing, and then you just add behind that the year in parentheses. So according to Galtney, 2010, and then that comma, again, the punctuation is on the outside of the closing parenthesis. If we have two authors, it's essentially the same, just one minor difference in the in-text. So again, if you cite the authors in your own writing, then you put the year behind their names. If you do in-text, you don't spell out and, the word and, you use the ampersand, and that is shift plus the number 7 on your keyboard, it should be. So if you have 3 or more authors, you only have to cite the first author's name, and then you use et al. With a period to indicate that there are several more authors to this article or book or website article, and then the year. So again, you can indicate the author in your own writing according to Wood et al., and then put the year. Or if you leave it for the end, Wood et al., comma, and the year. Again, if we have a direct quote, we include the page number. So I show here the 2 ways that you can format this type of citation. And again, you can put it all in the end if you don't mention the author in your own writing. So then you would have the author, authors, comma, year, comma, page number. You can also format it so that you have the author in your writing. So same as before with the paraphrasing, it's author and then the year right behind the author, but the page number actually gets placed at the end of the quote. So the citation is kind of broken up, but this is the proper way. So the author and the year always stay together. The page number for the direct quote goes after the quote, directly after the quote, and again, the period is on the outside. What if we have a direct quote, but we don't have page numbers? So this happens a lot because we use online sources so much, and online sources typically don't have page numbers, right? So instead of page numbers, you use the paragraph number. And you just simply count from the first paragraph until you find the paragraph that your quote is located in, and then you use PARA to indicate paragraph, space, and the number. So I'm going to show you this actual article online so that you can see how we count to find the paragraph numbers. So this is our site, American Psychological Association, apa.org. It's a credible site. We have our author and the date here. So that's how we got that for our in-text citation. Now we have to find our paragraph number. So this quote comes from here, right under set goals and boundaries. Set daily goals for tasks you wish to accomplish or project milestones to reach. So we start at the beginning and we count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and that's where our quote is. So that's how you count to find the paragraph to include on a source that does not have page numbers. It takes patience, but it's really not that much more time. Okay, what if we don't know the author? So this can happen too, a lot of times, again, with online sources. So depending on what your citation is that's on the references page will decide what you put in your in-text citation. So generate the citation for the references page, and it will tell you, is there an organization that's recognized as the author? And if not, then you use the title of the article. So again, for a paraphrase, organization or title with the year. If you have a direct quote, organization or title, year, page number, or paragraph number. And a note down here is that if a title is long, you don't want to distract your reader from the content and get sucked into this long title in your in-text citation. So you can easily just shorten it, use 3 or 4 words as the title, and that's okay because they will still be able to find it on the references page. And then titles of books and reports are italicized. Titles of articles, chapters, and web pages are in quotation marks. So we're going to see an example of that here while we look at what we do when there's no year of publication. So this is an easy fix. We put lowercase n period, d period. So in this example, we see that we don't have an author and we don't have a year. We put the title in quotation marks as the citation with the comma on the inside of the closing quotation marks, inside, then ND, and the final period on the outside. So we don't know the author, we don't know the date. We have to use the title if there's no organization as author, and then ND. Here is an example of an organization serving as the author. So we don't have a person named. So according to the American Psychological Association, and again the year, and then you put your paraphrase or your direct quote. Something that does happen is that we want to cite a video maybe from YouTube or another site or reference a movie in our writing. And so there is a way to do this. I'm going to show you first what you would do for a citation on your references page, and then how we would do that for in-text citations. So the basic format, and again, this is for on your references page, you would have the director, the date, the title of the movie, and the production company. So here we see Lloyd P., director, and then 2008, the year, the date of publication, the film title, and then the production company. So that is what your references page would look like for this citation. So the same as we do for others, if we have a director name and a year, which we should have for every film, last name and year. So let's look at an example of this. Director's last name and year. Titanic demonstrates the resilience of the human spirit. Even after suffering the unimaginable loss of young love, Rose goes on to live a full, happy life. Cameron, 1997. Director, year. Great. The last thing I want to talk to you about is citing indirect sources. So this rarely happens, but I want to let you know because as you move into more research-based writing, you may run into this. And so let's look at what happens if you have a source and you want to cite from that source, but they, in the article, are actually citing someone. So you're citing someone that's being cited inside a journal article. So the first thing you want to do is try to find the original source and then locate the information in that source and cite it directly. But if you cannot find the original source, this is what we do. Johnson argued that, and then we paraphrase, as cited in Smith, 2003, page 102. This is the original article. This is the article you have. But Johnson's being cited inside here. So we have to give Johnson the credit. It's his work that they cited. But then we tell where we found it in the original. And then if you have everything in the parenthetical citation, if you know the year, if it's mentioned in the article, you can also include that here. And always put the page number. It needs to be verified. So I'm actually going to show you a website, and then we'll look at these two citations. So if this were your research article that you were going to be citing, and you had read this, and you found the perfect quote, but it wasn't Wagner and Petty speaking. Instead, it would look something like this, perhaps. And we see, as stated by Schaller and Caldini, 1990, and then this is the information you want to use. So again, this is not Wagner and Petty talking. It's them citing this journal from these authors. So that is a situation where you would have to format as shown on the slide. So for this one, we would say, these are the original authors that they're citing as cited in Wagner and Petty, the year and the page number. And again, you can say according to, give them credit in your writing, according to Schaller and Caldini, 1990, and then you paraphrase, and then the rest of the citation goes at the end, as cited in Wagner and Petty. Okay, so if you choose to include the original authors here, wait to do the rest of the citation until the end of your paraphrase. Okay, so those are the most common situations I think we will have this semester. As always, I am suggesting to rely on Purdue OWL as a resource because it's fantastic. These are the two main direct links to either the basics for in-text citations or the situations where it's beyond, you have one author and a year. Because that's easy. We can do author's last name, year, page number, right, for paraphrase and direct quote. But when we have these other situations with multiple authors or no known author or no date, or maybe we're citing artwork from a museum, which is actually something that happens. Purdue OWL has a lot of information for anything that you're going to need to reference in your essays. So rely on the OWL, he is your friend. Okay, I hope that helps, and I look forward to seeing your improvement in your in-text citations after viewing this video.